So, I hope everyone's doing well. Maybe we could just, get some thumbs up if everyone's doing well. Everyone having a good day, good week? Okay, I see a lot of thumbs up. I see a lot of smiles. I see a lot of people here for tonight's AU Speaks to You, which Maggie and I are very excited about. Just to give a little background, this is our third one, and anyone who's been here before is familiar with our kind of format, which is that we came up with some questions that we wanted to ask our two guests today. And then we want you, as we're going through our questions and as we're having our discussion, to think about some questions that you might have for our guests, so that we can devote the last half or so to any questions that you all might have for Ben and Sam. So I know a lot of you pretty well, and I know a lot of you have siblings, step siblings. You might have family, friends, or neighbors who are as close as siblings. And I know I have 5 siblings. Maggie has 2 siblings. And so we really want to on someone who could speak to the sort of adult sibling experience, and who was a great example of a great, strong bond between one of our athletes and one of their siblings, who's been so involved with everything AU over the years. And so we're thrilled to have AU's very own Ben Majeski and his brother Sam. And
what's up, guys?
I'll give them a wave, give them some claps. And we're going to start things with a real basic question. How long have you guys known each other?
Ben, you probably remember more of it than I do.
A very, very long time.
Yep. I would say since maybe 27 and a half years or so. Something like that.
Something like that? Okay. So who's the older sibling?
Ben is the older one. Ben, how old are you now?
30, and next year I'm about 31.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to ask you a question that we asked Nolan, some advice about turning 30. So we'll come back to that though. But first, just to start with, we were hoping that we could, get a sense for how you got involved with Athletes Unlimited, how long you've been, involved, and what some of your highlights are. So let's start by, when did you get involved with Newton Athletes Unlimited?
I think it was a very, very long time. I think it took many years, actually. I first started with Brian Heffernan back in the day. And I remember Brian and I were really great friends right now, and we still are.
Yeah.
And maybe Sam can have some more questions for you too.
Yeah, well, Ben, remember what we were talking about yesterday is that Dan Heffernan and Dad started Tigers when we moved to Newton, right?
Yeah, I mean, Dad and Dan kind of started this Tigers organization, and it's been, I think that without them, I think that this wouldn't be possible. And I think that Tigers has involved a lot of talent, skill. As you can see behind me, we have some two Tigers here as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out. I was just gonna say, I think we have a lot of Tigers on the call right now, so maybe you can give a little wave if you're one of the members of the Tigers.
Excuse me, Maggie?
Yeah.
Can I say something quickly?
We're gonna ask them a few more questions, and then I want you to hold your question though, and I'll come back to you in a little bit, okay?
Thanks, Maggie.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys first got involved with AU when you were on the Tigers. So what sort of sports do you play with the Tigers typically? And
Right now, there's floor hockey, baseball, soccer, and
Bowling, right?
bowling. Yep. And right now, those are on hold because of COVID. It's sad to say that floor hockey, baseball, golf. I don't know about golf, but mostly floor hockey, basketball, baseball, and can't remember anything else.
I think that's it, Ben. But we like to switch that up every season, right?
Yeah.
And it
And
used to only be soccer, and then we kind of got floor hockey and baseball going, right?
Yeah.
But the crowd has grown and grown over the years, and I remember we used to only be, 10 or so people showing up, and now you can't even make 2 teams in floor hockey. You need 2 whole shifts. So it's been pretty incredible to see the growth of that too.
do you guys have some favorite memories of Tigers? I know there have been a few times where, or many times when we've played other teams and gone to the Special Olympics, and obviously this is like decades worth of experience on this team. But are there a couple memories that really stand out to you as your favorites?
My favorite memory of Tigers was when Brian and I was when we played Norwood, and they were a tough physical team. And I remember that they had to lunch to us, I think.
They handed your lunch. They ate your lunch, Ben, or they handed it to you?
And so they were a tough team to beat, and I think we had to rise to the challenge to beat them on our home turf. And I think that that was kind of embarrassing to us. We've never experienced defeat on a home turf before.
That's true. Well, Ben, think about all the times we beat the parents at the end of the Tigers, right?
Oh yeah, that too. That's kind of like
You gotta-
right there.
Yeah, you got to lose every once in a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that ties into another question that we had for you both, which is, and I think we'll start with you, Ben. Which sport do you think the parents are generally strongest in? Because I have my opinion, but I'm curious what you both say.
Well, I think the strongest for the past might have been floor hockey. They before every puck drop, they always say bring the tissues and start crying.
I agree, Ben.
They threw us some challenge flags, and they still do a boot camp, with AU, and I think the strongest has to be for hockey, I think, or soccer too.
I think the smaller gym size, helps their limitations of speed against the youth we have on them, Ben.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my take too.
I was gonna say floor hockey.
I think that open soccer field, you watch out. Yeah.
Doesn't suit them well, yeah.
No.
Seen way too many hamstring injuries from the 40+ crowd.
So that's great. So I wanted to also, we had some questions for you both about sort of coronavirus and kind of, I got a little ahead of myself. So in addition to Tigers, you two have both been very involved in Camp Echo Bridge. So Ben, can you tell me how many years you went to Camp Echo Bridge,
Wow.
And then can you follow it up with a favorite memory?
Yeah, so
Maggie, can I say something?
Yeah, and a little. I'm gonna come to you. Don't worry.
I don't remember being at the bridge. I think it was 99, I believe, the year of 99. And I remember, I don't know if I was too young to remember, but I can remember that I don't remember that year, but I remember that that it was started in 99 with Mark Kelly, and only with people Mark Kelly, I don't know, but
Maggie,
Yeah.
may I please interject?
1 second. Wait, Ben, I was gonna ask you about overnight. If you had any like question, if you had any.
yeah, overnight was the best. I think was the best feeling. It it gave us a chance to be away from home, to be away from mom and dad for a little bit. I'm sure mom and dad I'm sure mom and dad felt sad that we were leaving them, but I think it was a fun experience, and I think there are a lot of things that I do remember, and
I remember my second overnight was one of my favorite overnight memories, Ben. You might remember this, but
oh yeah,
Brian was my buddy, and I woke up at 5 a.m. on the second night there, and Brian was missing. And I was looking around, and I couldn't find Hef. And sure enough, he was on the front porch eating Adam Lewis's mom's brownies.
yay! And
That was my experience.
and there was on the basketball court, and there's like a big gathering, and now there's a guy with a Yankees hat, and I just took off him and just threw it down on the floor like
Yeah, you got a little physical with those guys from the Bronx, Ben. That was dicey.
oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, see, I also a New Yorker, so I gotta be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So shifting gears a little bit, we wanted to ask you guys a little bit about how you've been staying in touch throughout the pandemic, how you guys talk to each other, and we wanted to know if you've picked up any new hobbies. So
Can I say something?
yeah, we're gonna come to questions after this section. So
Okay, I can be flexible.
holding patiently.
I'll be flexible.
Who's talking?
Yeah, well, Ben, what are some of the things we've been doing recently? Well, we've always had kind of good FaceTime communication.
Yeah, FaceTime every night, Skype, Zoom,
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, and we'll go for walks, right?
Walks, yeah. Sam has been coming over here. We're walking with Dale and the other Sam.
That's right. What did we do last weekend for instead of patties?
Oh yeah. Remember walking to O'Hara's, walking to Patty's. Patty's probably isn't too far away, but mostly O'Hara's.
Yeah. And golf, right? Some golf.
A lot of golf. Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Who's better at golf, you think, Ben or Sam?
I'd say Ben's more consistent.
That's true.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're getting a lot of questions in the chat, so I'm gonna open it up. I know a few people asked if they could ask you questions before. So let me go to, I think, was it Zach who was asking?
Just needed to say something, which I didn't. I just need to say something.
Yeah.
I actually did not go to Camp Echo Bridge. And unfortunately, I'm not a guy who wants to go on an overnight trip with you guys.
That's okay. There are also a lot of people who didn't go to Camp Echo.
I just didn't go Camp Echo Bridge, and I didn't do Tigers Boot Camp.
Yeah, that's totally fine. And the thing about Tigers Boot Camp is it's every Wednesday, so you can always hop in for the.
Actually not.
Okay, that's fine too. But if you do want to do Tigers, you totally can.
Nope.
All right, thanks, Zach.
No, thank you.
All right, and I know Christina had a question too.
No, thank you.
Okay, Zach.
Thank you. So I would like you guys to know that Ben has been at Echo Bridge longer than 1999. Ben started with me when he was 2 years, 9 months in the younger preschool camp with me and Brian. And that was the summer, Maggie, that you guys lived in Jamaica Plain and you guys were looking at houses.
Oh,
That's how long Ben has been at Echo Bridge.
I don't even remember that.
That's
Wow, man.
I think you're right,
So even
Christina.
before 1999, because I had Brian and Ben in the younger preschool unit.
How about that?
Wow. Mark Kelly was probably still in high school.
Yeah.
He was probably still in high school.
Maggie, speaking of which, at some point, can I share my screen? I have some old pictures of Tigers and one of Mark Kelly that we can.
yes,
That would
I
be
can't
fun.
wait.
go for it.
All right.
I need to make you a host though, right, Sam?
I don't know how that works.
Let me see if I can do that. So make you a co-host. There you go. Let's say right now.
All right, so that'll go.
Yep, you're good.
Let's see if this works.
You can share now.
Share this out. Can you guys see this?
Awesome.
One.
Adorable.
Excuse me, I'm not in the picture.
Who are these guys? I don't know how I can rotate this thing.
Sam, it's a little, Maggie and Joel, it's Dan speaking. It's a little sideways.
It is sideways. You are absolutely right, Dan. I don't know how I can change that one.
Yep.
But this is probably the early days of Tigers, right?
That's right, yeah.
Let's see what else we got. And we got this one. Some old Echo Bridge pictures.
Yeah, downloaded.
With Adam Lewis sighting in the background. I think Adam's on, right? Let's see what else we got.
You need to double click on that one, Sam.
Oh, the last one?
The last one didn't pop up.
Oh, shoot, hold on. You see it now?
Not yet.
Nothing, Sam.
Still a little
No?
small.
Oh, it's still small.
All right, well, maybe this is a failed
Is there a
mission.
way
then.
that you can, Sam, it's too small. Is there a way that you can make it bigger so we can see?
You know what? Maybe what I can do is I'll send it to Maggie after, and she can send them around. Does that work?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to make it bigger.
Yeah, thanks for digging those up. That's really fun.
But I'll give you guys these, and maybe you can share them with the group.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, cool.
All right, I saw another hand up.
Any other questions for Maggie Joel first?
All right, Brian Given. See you with your hand up.
I'm done.
Yes. How long have you been part of the Camp Getaway and the overnight trips? Like, what's your position for that? Like the role for that?
Well, I was at Camp Echo Bridge. I was volunteering when I was 11. And then I guess we started doing overnight probably when I was full staff around then. So probably from like 15 to 20, I'd say. So around 4 or 5 years, we did Camp Echo Bridge overnights.
No, the weekend adult thing that they do in the Warren Center thing. That's what I was meaning.
That one's still going on, and those are still a lot of fun with you guys. But
Because
unfortunately,
I haven't done one yet. That's why I was just wondering.
I would highly recommend that. But hopefully, we can do those again soon with once we get past coronavirus.
Yeah,
Ryan agrees. I see that thumbs up.
Let's go to Philip Jassett, another Tiger.
Yes, I have a question with Sam. How long I have been a Tigers a year first time? Because for me, my first time was I was in soccer before I was a kid. So when your first time you were doing Tigers was you with Ben and me. That's his first time.
I agree. Yeah, Phil, I remember you when you were little too. We were both probably 4 or 5 or something around then when we started doing it, right?
Right.
Yeah. We always beat your dad up pretty good in hockey too.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I do. And we beat Paris every year.
Yeah.
Always good. All right, let's go to Brian Heffernan.
Is mine?
Hi, guys. I have a couple of comments and I have a question. My first comment is that much like you and Ben, is that me and Ben also have a really close-knit friendship, and it also all ties with our families, which it even started before Tigers, because me, Ben, and Nolan were all in a play group together when we were 1. And that was how it all started, because then my parents named your parents Evie Scott parents.
That's absolutely right, Brian.
Yeah. But my question is, Sam, I also remember that you introduced a lot of your friends to the Tigers team and Quebec Bridge. So how long was that, and how many friends?
That's a good point, Brian. Yeah, I guess people have come and helped out at Tigers for a long time, right? Whether it be people just wanted to come and help out and enjoy the times and kind of build new relationships with everybody, or some people wanted to get certain hours done, or we're looking for a summer job and kind of directed them to Echo Bridge, because what better camp to work at, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. So I'd say maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 friends we had kind of recruited and brought on to Tigers or Echo Bridge along the way.
I remember a bunch of them too.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt, Dickie, Ben Tack, Billy Canarcio, Jacob Daffrey, Mikey Bennington.
Yep, Mikey, Avi, right?
Avi, Cohen, his other brothers.
Yeah, all 3 Adler Cohens, right?
Yeah, and Danny. Yeah.
Danny Anderson, yeah. He's a funny one.
And Nico.
Nico? I don't know about Nico. Oh, Kiko.
Kiko, yeah, Kiko.
Kiko. Yep, he worked at Echo Bridge too. You got a good memory, half better than me.
Better than me too.
Maggie and Joel, I have a question.
Yes, Dan.
So this is for Ben Majeski.
Okay.
I got a question. I got a comment and a question.
Okay.
I don't know if Maggie and Joel knows this, but when I was in the fall in the 2018, when I was I kind of wrote in the chat, and I'm gonna regret this. I was a former Norwood Shark.
Oh.
I was a former Norwood Shark. Believe me, I swear. believe me. And then I sort of gotten like, and when I saw Ben Majeski in them, I'm said like, gosh, those guys are even cooler. So I decided to tag along, and both Brian and Ben Majeski were very gracious and welcoming to me. Yeah, I got a question for Ben Majeski. You ready this? You ready to how long have you done Tigers? Because I've done it for 2 years. And you're a veteran. When was the last time? When was the first time you did Tigers?
for a very, very long time. I don't know how long it was. But I remember it was a long time. And I still remember being a Tiger, and I've always been a Tiger for my whole life. And I've never played with those guys, and we have a great group of guys, and we're very lucky to have that.
Really nice.
And I think, I think we'll be a great group of talents, great group of young adults that come out and just give it their all. And I think that, I feel like I've been a veteran for a long time. Me and Brian, and I think that Brian's kind of setting the example of just being there for me, but I've been there for him, but kind of like Poppy and Manny, the Red Sox,
Good analogy, man.
And can't go wrong. I mean, Brian and I have a love of Diet Coke.
That's good. That's a good way.
And I think if that never stopped driving him. That never stopped driving him. When Brian puts his foot on the gas pedal, he's got it going. I remember back in middle school, actually, at FA Day, that I remember Brian and I were in school together, and I remember it was a beautiful day out, and we got outside, and we get to play, and we're having some fun together. I mean, Brian and I since childbirth, really. We really set out to be role models for people, because to set the example of all these guys behind me are younger than me. And so kind of set the example for them too. And that never stops. And I think I kind of want to get back to Maggie Joel's questions too.
I know that Patty's had her hand up for a while, so I want to call on Patty to see what questions you have.
This is for Sam.
Hey, Patty.
Hi, Sam. We know each other since the overnight thing.
You're right. Those are always fun.
Yes. How long has you been at Athletes Unlimited?
That's a good question, Patty. Maybe we should But I heard you guys are doing trivia on Zoom like we do it.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Are you guys having fun with that program?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
My favorite program is on for Athletes Unlimited is
What is it?
Tigers Boot Camp.
Boot camp. Nice. Nice.
That it's dead,
Yep. Another thing, Sam, remember we overnight the hum song we sing? We do it at the campfire.
Yep, the campfire songs.
Yeah.
And the campfire open mic events, right? Where
Yes.
Peter Johnson's famous speeches.
Oh yeah. Remember the time we're at camp at overnight camp? You guys had dance with the dance parties, and then in the morning we ring the bell.
Oh, that's right. The big bell. Who likes to ring the bell? Do you remember? You.
I know.
Tim and White. Yeah. Yeah.
I have
Nice
a,
seeing you, Sam.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you,
I
Patty.
was going to ask Maggie.
Yeah.
I think that, being part of Green Unlimited, being part of Tigers, I think it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with these programs. I think it starts from the top. It starts with Dan, my dad, and Mark, Karen too. They're the ones that started. I mean, they're the ones that started all these programs, and they're the ones that made these connections. And now with this virtual world right now, it's Zoom. It's been a big tool for us. And Zoom is a good way of getting connected with friends that we don't normally see all the time. And I want to give a shout out tonight. It's Brendan around, Brendan Duggan.
Yeah, I think so.
His birthday today. Let's go find Brendan.
Durkin.
Brendan, can you unmute?
On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
Birthday to
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Birthday,
birthday.
happy birthday
Happy birthday. Yeah, Durkin. Woo!
Thank you so much again, guys, for this morning, Mark.
I cannot believe you're growing up and getting taller, Brendan.
I was really tearing up earlier, and because of this morning, I'm gonna say more right now. As I said, like I was tearing up right now, and I feel like when I first entered post grad, I was leaving, and I didn't know what to do. And now you guys changed my life. I started with Ben in my first year, entered New North,
Don't cry.
and I thought, this is too much.
Oh.
I just remember the times, Ben, me and you, we went golfing the first time I saw you, and Lisa, I saw Sam, Andy. I thought, I love that. I love golfing. I never like golfing when I watch it. I really do when it comes to playing in person. But we're ready, our friend. You're there at Equibridge. And I just want to say, you guys changed my whole life when you started Parks and Rec and then Athletes Unlimited. You are the best teammate ever loved. Sam, I can't say nothing to you because when I first saw you at New and North, I thought basketball was gonna change me when I left. It never left me. I never left them. But you, Danny, Kiko, and Mikey and others, those were my homeboys, and you too. But
Yeah.
I like my big brothers-in-laws. Ben, you're like my twin uncle, and I'm an uncle now. And it doesn't hurt right now. It hurts when I see it. Like when I see you guys around, I thought this is too amazing, and you guys changed my whole life. And Ben, me and you, when I was trying to spotlight with me, I thought this was cool with David and Kristen that Mark knew, and then I thought this was a good theater program for Kristen. And I missed every single part of Spotlight, every year new athletes, but the main part of tonight is having you two speak up and ask questions. Well, I have questions for you. One question for you, Ben and Sam. So with Sam, I want to start with you. I'm just really trying to figure out how you come into my life But my question for you is, why is it so hard to leave from camp? Main fact is camp, but my other fact is, when I left Denver, how did Ben feel in that way?
Are you talking about like graduating from Echo Bridge, Durkin, or what do you mean?
I think what I meant was like, I think what I'm trying to really get to the point is like when Ben left overnight, I had more and more friends, but the only friends I had were Ben and Bry, and I couldn't handle it. And that's why I wanted to know if you can answer that question.
Well, I think you made a lot more friends throughout the process of going to Tigers and going to the programs and overnight weekends after you left Echo Bridge too, right?
Oh, it's weird because when I was leaving Echo Bridge, I thought it was just not just Adam left when it was just me and him and Nate, but me and Nate were the same year at New and Nora, so we should have left together.
Yeah. Durkin, how about you give us one of your top memories from camp on your birthday?
Before I get, I want to answer that right away. I do, but I'm going to hear from Ben.
You want to hear from Ben? Okay.
So Ben, my question for you, pal, is you brought me joy in life because you're my friend, and every night I'm making a poem for you. Just I want to be your amazing friend too. So my question for you is, I kept this to me a lot, and we didn't know. I mean, we may know the year that we started each other, and we did talk about this a lot, but I wasn't sure about like when you were at the overnight camp. But my question for you is, when I think of you every day, from day in and day out of day one, I thought about what would Ben do? Because he took me in post-grad, and I want to know why that is.
Hey, Brendan, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You know who this is?
Yes.
My question for you is, who can do more push-ups, you or Ben?
I'm not direct answer. Not direct.
Flag right there, Mr. Durkin.
I mean, Durkin, we already settled our push-up battle, but maybe you can take on Ben.
So again, with Ben's question, I want to know from him.
Hey, Brendan.
Yeah.
The answer to your questions there, that's why I said that I agree. You know,
That's kicking in there.
and I have been best friends for a very, very long time, and way back when you came over here from Denver, and I remember doing a lot of stuff with you, and going to school together, high school together, and you want to be a basketball team with Coach Conley, and all those memories are something that those are hard memories to come by. I know it's emotional. And, I know it's hard on you, but I think that I think what you might have witnessed was that I had a lot of transitions going on.
All right. Let's head back to Maggie and Joel.
Wait, one more thing, Ben. I just wanted to know what what the question I was asking though is for post grad, because Ben took me in.
Yeah, but I think Brendan, kind of what you're speaking at is I mean, I struggle with this too. Sometimes transitions can be really hard, especially when you have a really fun time at school or on a team and it comes to an end. But the thing that you do have is you have a lot of great memories, and luckily there's this really large, wonderful, welcoming AU community, and you guys get to connect that way, and you guys can stay in touch via text, and you can chat just like you're chatting now with Ben about the good times, and you can cherish those memories, but also look forward to all the new memories that you guys are going to make together.
Just like Maggie, like me and you though, same year with Nate, everyone. I mean, I miss Luke, Mike, Jared. I mean, it just when we first saw each other, me and you, I thought, what would Maggie do? What would I do? And I couldn't see it.
Yeah, well, that's very
Yeah, Brendan, I know that we're kind of far apart right now with COVID and you know, with me being here and my husband, you know, it's hard, and all that. And I think, you know, as time goes on, that, you know, down the road, maybe we will do something again, and maybe after Corona is over with, and get a vaccine, we can do stuff again, but I don't know how long that's gonna be.
Hey, you know, but that's weird
All right.
because
okay.
the last time that we were together was that me and you with the Brewers Collision.
All right, let's go to some other questions. I'm just looking at the time. We only have 15 minutes left. If there are any other Tigers that want to jump on, or Maggie and Joel, if you have any questions, or if anyone's out there, just put up a finger or a thumb.
Coach Andy has a question, Mark.
Who does, Andy?
I have a question.
Let's go to Coach Majeski, who started this whole thing with Dan.
So I have a question for Ben. I have a question for Sam, Brendan, and also for Coach Mark Kelly. What was better for you? What was worse for you, actually? Watching Denver win the Super Bowl in 2016.
Oh,
Indianapolis win the Super Bowl in 2017. Or losing repeatedly to the parents in floor hockey. Which was harder to watch?
Oh,
wow.
Go to Sam first.
I think it kind of sounds like a trick question, really, because we never lost to the parents in floor hockey.
Oh!
Oh my God. God. You know, I think that's a good question, Andy, because when you think about teams, it's not just the competition we think of sports and all. Because sports are like, you know, food and drinks at the same time, or people. But when I think of teams, the only team that never loses is the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. But I would go for the Colts because Peyton Manning played for them, and Peyton Manning played Super Bowl 50 against Carolina Panthers. But my team, and not just Denver Broncos. I was still a Broncos fan, not this year, but Matt Ryan at BC.
And Brendan, I remember when you, after the past, beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
That remember we were I think it was to meet you in Sam actually. We were at a church. It was 2 feet of snow, and we had 2 feet of snow that year. And we walked out of church, and Sam threw at a snowball.
Do you remember that?
Ben and Sam, I saw a chat earlier, and Lisa was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your grandparents.
Tell us about your grandparents.
Are
they still on?
They might be on this call.
My grandparents are now which is my mom's side of the family.
Oh, I see him.
And on the dad's side of the family. After on Thanksgiving, after we did the one corner, we're gonna be seeing Mimi and Pepe. They're gonna come down for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be home. And Dad's gonna be home too.
Yeah.
And then in Georgia, I went to Mass in Lennox. Get to see them. Get to see them often or regularly. And if we come out there for a weekend or two or a day, but there was a major setback with that storm that just hit. We had lost power and lost internet, and we had to down back and blew out all the food from the fridge and the freezer out there. So we're currently not there right now. But we're hoping to always.
But Ben, don't Meme and Pepe sometimes come visit and they would come to Tigers, right? Some weekends when they were in town.
Oh yeah.
And guess what you kind of have in common now is that you guys are both going on a lot of walks, right?
Oh yeah.
You could be in the best shape of your life, Ben.
That's right. And the house I'm calling at 1090, I love it here. You have friends from being with my friends and folks from Riverview that I didn't know before. And I've got to know you guys a lot more. I got it home. I got my own room, but I don't have a fridge, so that's one side of things.
Hey Ben.
Yeah.
It's Dad. I saw a question come up, and someone said, "Where were Ben and Sam born?" And so I thought we would do a cameo. That was me. Experience from your mother. Think she should come on? Come on, Lisa, bring it in.
So here's the
Lisa,
trivia.
come sit down. Sit down.
Ben and Sam were born in Boston.
You can't do this, Mom.
They were born in Boston at Brigham and Women's Hospital, and we used to live in Roslindale.
Did you really?
I have a cousin who was born there.
So they were born in Boston.
They were born
you
in
guys.
Boston. And we met the Heffernans when we were living there too.
I had a very hard time with all the labor and delivery, but I was pretty good after.
Okay.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I know Adam Lewis has had his hand up for a while, so I want to go to Adam Lewis.
Very funny, Andy. Very funny.
Adam, can you unmute?
Got it.
Adam, nice beard.
But I don't know how long it Sam, do you know that my mom bakes some cookies and some of the best and the best homemade brownies? Do you know
He does
that?
make great brownies, Adam. You're right.
Yeah.
You get to have more of those than anybody.
Yeah, but I do. And do you know that about the first time that we were at the club getaway trip? Do you know that we just even celebrated my first birthday?
That's right. That's another great memory from those trips, right, Adam? Every year at Echo Bridge, we would celebrate your birthday on the overnight, right?
Yep.
August 14th or 13th?
I don't know.
You know your birthday.
Oh yeah, it was Some years ago, I just turned, how many years I just turned? Several years ago,
Well, what day in
my
August is
birthday
that?
was 7 months ago. It was August 12th.
12th. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And about my second question is that I don't know how long you have been. Do you know how like the dynamic brothers it is like?
Yeah, I don't remember. I think the goatee. I think the goatee beard. I think back in camp you didn't have a beard then, right?
Yep.
You didn't
And
have a beard.
I know
Corona
Ben.
beard, right, Ben?
I know Ben and Sam guy since I was at camp too.
I know Sharon's also had her
And Maggie.
Sharon Dirksen.
I just even finished graduated from my school years. It was 2012 through 2016. I just met Sam or Ben back at Mass Bay.
Nice.
Oh, and Sam, I remember one memory I had once. Remember if Brian's still there. I remember Brian. Remember at middle school at day middle that remember it was a bright sunny day and it was a Tuesday and we were I think it was at school I think or Franklin or something like that. It was a bright sunny day. It was Tuesday, and there was a soccer field filled with parents, and my mom was there with Spot, and
Yeah.
Hey, Ben. Ben.
Mom said that there were two airplanes.
Yes, of course.
We're gonna go over to Sharon Dirksen because she's had her hand up for such a long time.
Yeah, you're still have to play.
There you are, Sharon.
Oh, look at that Tigers jersey.
Right on.
Love it.
Number 20. My
Hey,
sticky
Sharon,
number.
what do you have to share?
Since I'm on this Tiger 20
You wanted to show us your
to
jersey?
share, I have a picture of Brian and Maggie. How adorable.
That's awesome.
Not so bad for Brandon.
That's on a Christmas ornament. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Sharon.
Sharon?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I know.
Can I share, Ben, can I share one thing that I've always loved about Tigers?
Hold that thought, please.
Yeah.
Not that. This coming up next.
Sharon, I'm just gonna say the couple things that I've always loved about Tigers. One is opening day in baseball. I think that's just a very special day in the schedule. I've always liked when your dad has the two or three balls in his hand and throws out the first pitch with three balls going at the batter. That's always a good one. That's probably that's always my favorite. And then I think the worst is when I had to play goalie against you guys in hockey and watch all the pucks go behind me. So those are my two Tigers thing. When I think of the Tigers, I think of those two moments. Maggie and Joel, what do you guys think of when you think of Tigers?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think of a lot of really hardworking, passionate, and energetic groups of people. And I know every time that I go to Tigers, I just automatically get fired up. There are a lot of people on the Tigers who are way better giving speeches than I am. And I always just like the moment I get there, I'm like ready to play. So I think of like, when I think of Tigers, I think of a group of people that has a lot of energy, a lot of dedication, And that like inspires me. So that's what I think of. What do you think of, Joel?
I would agree with everything you said, and I would just include great air guitar solos from Ryan Osborne are always a highlight for me of every time I come to floor hockey. So yeah, I would say that as well.
And oh, can I say anything?
Yeah, sure.
We had one final question for Ben and Sam.
Okay.
We wanted to ask Ben and Sam, each of you, what is your favorite characteristic or your favorite thing about your brother?
I guess we could start with you, Sam, because I know we've been starting a lot with Ben, so we'll start with you.
Favorite characteristic.
Um,
I would probably. Hey, it's my turn to start.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's right. I would probably say Ben's attitude. No matter what's going on, he's always kind of got a relentless attitude that things will be fun and it'll be all right, and he's always positive about the day. So I think if everybody could start the day with that approach, it'd all be a better place. So Ben, I think that's my favorite part.
Oh, my favorite part about you, Sam, is I love your hair. I think Sam is a great brother, and I love him a lot. And even though he's in Boston and I'm here in Newton, we still keep in touch with FaceTime and Zoom. And I remember back at Bush Hill, remember having dinner and having dinner with mom and dad and outside on the porch, and remember just having fun. And remember Kim gave us Spot too, actually, Sam. Spot was in a couple of hours too.
Yeah. I was also going to say, Ben, your passion for food is always one of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you guys have for dinner over there tonight?
We had
salad and chicken.
Salad and rotisserie chicken.
Nice. Nice.
And here's the other Sam, too.
Hey, Sam Higgins.
Hey.
Hey, Mark Kelly.
Yes.
I thought maybe we'd throw a Ben and Sam challenge out.
I love it.
We try to close all this down.
Okay.
But we could do it unless all the athletes joined in with them and kind of helped them. Would that be a good way to kind of end this?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
As long as everyone's involved, Andy.
Well, I think it's going to be really simple.
Okay, let's do it.
Thinking about what Maggie said, one of the things that I think about with Tigers is it makes me happy.
Right, thank you.
So every time that I go to Tigers, I come feeling happy. So I thought what we could do, Mark, is just like on boot camp, everybody could get up and they could do the, that's the wrong one. Get it? And they could all do happy feet. We could do a contest to see if Ben does better than his brother. So Ben.
Come on, Ben. So we were together.
Let's go.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know.
Come on, Ben, get those feet going. Come on, get your feet going.
The Nas going. I see Big going. Daddy dancing.
I think Ben's winning.
There you go.
Ben's winning.
Oh, God.
All right.
We can't see you.
I think Ben wins.
We're gonna give the title to Ben.
Yeah.
Can we do one last share and then we'll shut this down? I see Nolan has hit us in the chat many times that he wanted to share. So let's do one last share, and then we're gonna call it a Friday night, guys. Nolan,
Oh, yes.
can you unmute yourself, bud?
Sure.
What up, Ben? My
What?
brother. So,
Hey, Noah, what's up?
what's up, guys?
Hi,
Actually,
Nolan.
check that out.
Go Tigers!
Awesome.
I,
I like it.
Ben and I, dynamic duo. So, Ben and Sam, I grew up with you guys, and Sam, I've known you since we were a kid.
Oh, yes, we do.
And I've known Ben for a long time in my life. And Ben and I grew up together, like close, not that close, but close enough. We went to college together. We actually were roommates at Chase Street together. We went to college together. I went to Camp Bevel Bridge together. So we got Ben and I have a huge history. And also Ben's family is amazing because I've known them for a long time. And also Sam is amazing. He's a great pal. And my question is that who is the best brother and brother duo ever?
And Nolan, I remember of you too. Remember doing the national anthems on the porch at Chase.
That's right.
My dad would be national anthem, and I remember you and I. I remember that you were at Camp Getaway.
Yep.
You were having fun, and you when we played basketball together too. We that never stopped driving there. You kept going to a lane.
That's right.
And I remember
Crystal Lake.
every Thanksgiving Day, I didn't know if I played Brookline.
Yep. Yep.
I remember that's still going on, but I don't know about this year. But
That's true.
But I remember doing one that beat you guys like 27 times.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. Nolan, thank
Bye,
you for that
weekend.
share. Ben, Sam, thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Joel, thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Ben.
Marie,
Hello, Miss Maggie
Thanks.
Joel.